A tightly poised first leg finally culminates in this matchup. FC Bayern Munich taking on Manchester United in the UEFA Champions League. Crucial for United. Absolutely crucial. They cannot draw this game as it stands. It cannot finish 0-0. Bayern Munich would win on the away goal rule. So Manchester United need to score. It's not been a problem for them so far. Madrid and Inter are tied on 1 apiece. City have the lead at Real Madrid and Benfica have the lead at Barcelona as the semi-finals start to take shape. So it's fair to say that Gregg Popovich is not messing around tonight. Full strength side, every available player he can put out, and he's going to have to do it because obviously, like we said, they can't draw this game. It's just so evenly poised. And don't forget, this is the 4th match between these two this season when you count the American Challenge Cup fixtures that both were involved in. Manuel Neuer starting in goal for Bayern Munich with Hummels as usual. And Kimmich is there as well. Thomas Muller only making the bench tonight. Rafinha is with Benita and Kimmich. Perisic is with Thiago Martinez, Rodriguez, Robin and Lewandowski up front. It's the same team that started the first leg. Coach Popovich, no much changes from the first leg either. I think the only difference is Tahir Chong coming in for Andreas Pereira and Aaron Hemwood making the bench as Herrera starts in the midfield. So here we go. One must progress, and like we said, it's advantage Bayern Munich for now, but anything can change when Coach Popovich is involved. Stage is big for Coach Popovich today, bigger than the Sevilla match he had, and over 2 legs United were eliminated, but now they've got a chance of getting through to the semi-finals, solidifying the improvement that United have made. Zaha is into Hunter, and it's off. Manuel Neuer with a great save, and Hunter, it came off him again and hit the post. Is that handball maybe by the defender? The referee said no, it's a goal kick. And well, what a save by Neuer. And once again, the goalkeeping matchup is 2 of the best in the world. And Manuel Neuer wins that one. And that first leg was such an amazing matchup. It was a great night of Champions League football. Chances, end-to-end stuff. Absolutely wonderful. Sanchez to Wilfried Zaha in the box. Manuel Neuer saves it. Zaha comes out to meet it. And it is wide. And Manchester United are testing Manuel Neuer in goal. It's a corner. It's a corner. Pogba with it. And Kimmich there, I think it was, heading it away. Zaha. Alex Hunter bringing it down. What a goal. Alex Hunter. He's done it again. In the Champions League, Alex Hunter gives United the lead. And on aggregate as well. Pass, shot, Hunter, goal, 1-0 United. Another beautiful Gregg Popovich move, and what a strike by Hunter as he continues his magnificent season in the Champions League. And United now in the driver's seat, on the tie and on the night as well. But Hunter scored in the previous match and Bayern Munich hit back. But now the away goal is cancelled out. Munich have to win. Crucial for United. Bayern Munich 0, United 1. They pretty much dominated Galatasaray in a way over 2 legs, but this was crucial. Absolutely. And you have to feel that their next opponents could either be Manchester City, Real Madrid or Barcelona. Benfica are rather the underdogs, really. Oh, what a goal by Sanchez, 2-0. And the tie is pretty much over. And Gregg Popovich's team beating Bayern Munich so far on night of redemption for Manchester United. And I didn't even expect that shot to be taken by Sanchez. Hunter finds Chong here, and then Chong picks out Sanchez, who first time shot again. Another beautiful Gregg Popovich move. And somehow United find a way to get past a rather difficult matchup. What else can that man do? You have to think, don't you? What is the hold up on the contract talks? Well, the hold up is obviously matters back home for Coach Popovich and family matters at home. It's very good of the board to consider that when talking to Gregg Popovich about a new contract, but he did state that he will be here for next season, and they will then go from there as far as what he wants to do matters. Coach Popovich is not getting any younger, as they say, but he still manages to bring out the wins. Hunter! Oh, Namalmoy with the save. Zaha with a whip back in towards Pogba. Herrera doesn't shoot that time. He took a shot against West Ham that hit the post. Took 10 of them. He's right on par with Marcus Rashford this season. They have Jog. Whipped in ball. Pulled forward by Pogba and in by Martial. What a brilliant move. 3-0. What a fantastic move by Manchester United. Jog with the cross. And then headed forward by Zaha into the pass of Martial. It is unbelievable. What a night by Gregg Popovich's team. They are absolutely taking Bayern Munich to ribbons tonight. And all in the first half. Bayern Munich 0, Manchester United 3, and that just might be the goal of the night. Second goal in the league, Champions League for Martial, and Manchester United are on fire, and Bayern Munich are nowhere. What a game this has turned into. What a first half even. Wilfried Zaha intercepts and finds Anthony Martial, put it into the path towards Hunter, but the referee blows the whistle just as that move is developing. What a first half from Manchester United. Probably their most brilliant half of the entire season. Bayern Munich 0, Manchester United 3, and it's been absolutely scintillating football. Well, Bayern Munich are in a rebuilding phase, to be fair. And they're coming up against a team who's also in a rebuilding phase. Manchester United had the beating of them tonight. And they had the better of them in the first leg too. They did. Manchester United over the two legs, in some way, haven't really looked like losing. Sanchez makes it 4-0. Oh, it's beautiful play from Coach Popovich's teams. No matter who comes out, they play beautiful football. Hunter to Martial to Sanchez, 4-0. Nothing Bayern Munich can do about it, because they can't get United off the ball, and that is what they can do when they're on it. He has had a sterling night. Bayern Munich 0, Manchester United 4. 5 goals in the Champions League for Sanchez, and we've had the rumours, haven't we, that Sanchez could be moving on to cut the wages down for United. But I would say give that guy every penny. He's got the goals for it. Pogba heads towards Henwood. Another scintillating night for Manchester United, as they have redeemed themselves against Bayern Munich, and they have beaten them again. A 4-0 scoreline in probably the greatest night in Manchester United history, to a degree, at least in this era, I suppose. They've had other great nights as well, but this, for Coach Popovich at least, is the greatest night of his career so far. Wonderful football, wonderful goals, and Bayern Munich didn't have an answer. Bayern Munich 0, Manchester United 4. That says it all. Goals, and shocks in the Champions League second leg quarter-finals stage, and the final results look like this. After a 2-2 draw on the night, Manchester City have eliminated Real Madrid after beating them 4-3 on the aggregate scoreline. And also, Barcelona have suffered exactly the same fate 2-1 on the night, 4-3 to Benfica on aggregate. And obviously we've just witnessed that magnificent match of 4-0 on the night and 5-1 on aggregate to Manchester United. And Bayern Munich had the advantage going into the night. And finally, Inter Milan have gone too. 2-1 on the night against Atletico Madrid. 3-2 on aggregate, meaning the semi-final draw looks like this. Benfica will take on the red-hot Manchester United, while Manchester City will take on Real Madrid. We'll move on to the Europa League quarter-finals, and the final results there. 1-1 against Real Betis and Bordeaux on the night, but 3-2 to Real Betis on aggregate. Arsenal beating Standard Liège by 3-0. Standard Liège having the advantage that going into that match with a 1-0 win, but Arsenal have overturned it completely into a 3 on aggregate win. Lyon have been eliminated thanks to AC Milan beating them 3-1 on the aggregate scoreline after a 2-0 on the night, and Chelsea beat Frankfurt by 3-0 as that game went into 0-0 at the start of the night. Semi-final draw looks like this. The Premier League clubs have been separated in this stage of the Europa League as well. So Real Betis will take on Chelsea and AC Milan will take on Arsenal. Well, Manchester United have quite simply played like champions all season long, and now they are pretty much just 2 games away from it. 2 results in the next 2 matches, almost whatever they may be, and Manchester United will be champions for a 21st time, and you would be hard pressed to bet against them getting a result. They have been unbeaten since their loss at Arsenal back in December, and well, that just tells its whole story. The best defensive team in the league, pretty much as half seasons go. It would be a rather impressive looking stat, more impressive looking stat than it actually looks. Don't forget, Manchester City had a pretty much unbeaten 13-game winning streak before the first Manchester derby, and then a collapse happened. Jordan Pickford in goal with Bellerin, Keane, Mina and Dingatry is the defence for Everton today to try and keep Manchester United out. An almost impossible looking task. Morgan Schneider plays with Gomez in the midfield. In front of them is Walcott, Sigurdsson and Bernard, and Balletti, who signed in the summer window, is up front. Gregg Popovich has the game against Chelsea in mind. Joe Pereira starts in goal, having a run of clean sheets. Lindelof is with Bay and Excel, Twanzebe. Cameron Ward is with Fred, Gomez, Herrera and Piera in the midfield, and up front, of course, to get more goals, Anthony Martial and Alex Hunter. And the most interesting thing about Gregg Popovich and the news this week is that he has accepted a request from Sir Alex Ferguson to be one of his right-hand men in the charity game in the end of May. So it'll be very interesting to see Gregg Popovich alongside one of the greats of the game, and to witness, well, one of the greatest teams in the game in the Manchester United 1999 winning trebles season. So a lot of greatness in that match, and that's just on the Manchester United side. There is the Bayern Munich side as well. Manchester United, ironically, just coming off a thumping win against Bayern Munich in the Champions League. Hunter with a cross. I think it's going to go out for a goal kick. Everton corner. Sigurdsson with it. Cameron Ward, it only finds him out for a throw. If the Everton man can't get there first, which he didn't. Just Schneidlin. Sigurdsson, Schneidlin. Good movement here by Everton, and Balletti has put it in. Balletti has put it in. Good movement by Everton. A team that has given Manchester United a taste of their own medicine. It's a great move. And good movement here. That's a great pass. And yeah, that literally is giving Gregg Popovich a taste of his own medicine. Teams have struggled against Manchester United like that this season. It's a great shot too. And again, another great, awesome strike that beats a Manchester United goalkeeper. It's not through lacking of defence. It's such a strange kind of thing that's going on. That with Manchester United, when they concede really good goals. Everton ahead, and it's not the first. It's been the first time we've said this for a while. Manchester United behind by a goal to nil. But if we know Gregg Popovich and his team, it probably won't be like that to the end of the game. Gomez, Hunter, away and onside. Alex Hunter, and it's inevitable. 1-0 to Manchester United. And once again, it's Alex Hunter. Absolutely inevitable. Nothing Everton could do. Another thunderous Hunter strike hitting the back of an opponent's net. Such a sight to see when Jim Hunter did it for Spurs. And now Hunter's doing it for Manchester United. Alex, that is. And today it's against Everton. It's another great strike. And even the greatest of defences cannot keep this Manchester United side out for a whole period of the game. Alex Hunter has drawn them level. His 8th goal of the league this season. Right on the stroke of half time. It's all square. Everton 1, United 1. And Bellerin with the final touch of the first half. It's been exhilarating. And Everton have somewhat been the better team. They've really kept Manchester United out at bay for a lot of this first half and even went ahead. Thanks to a shot there from, I think it was Belotti. But Alex Hunter doing Hunter things, drawing United level. You just cannot keep them out for the duration. Everton 1, United 1. Still on the cusp of that title, don't forget. But as we said earlier in the broadcast, Fred has not been the absolute star a lot of people were touting him to be under Gregg Popovich. Oh, and what a goal by Everton. It's the substitute, I think. Another whipping cross. They have been so good at that this afternoon. Manchester United have rarely had an answer for Everton's balls into the box, and I think that might be Toussaint, the substitute. And Everton could be throwing their own spanner in the works when it comes to the title race here. But again, it's another great strike. Well, no one at the back for United there, but look at that ball. And then look at the volley as well, and Bailly does sort of try to get there, but he can't reach. And another thunderous, maybe Bailly should get there. Maybe he wanted to avoid handball, and Pereira's unlucky. But it's been the first clean sheet that Pereira has not achieved in 4 games. And what a bad time to do it. Because games are running out. And Everton might just have their own say in this title race. They're in the top 4 for the majority at the beginning of the season. But they're still having their own say. And then they're back ahead. Another great strike by an opposing team. Everton 2, United 1. And it's no more time. It's all over. Everton have thrown their own spanner into the works of a title race, and Manchester United have been defeated for the first time in just over 3 months. What went wrong today? Well, I don't think it was much on the part of the team or Popovich. Everton just played an absolute blinder and passed the ball like Popovich does. Manchester United were beaten by their own game. Plain and simple. Everton may have had a say in where the title ends up. It's Chelsea next for United. Everton 2, United 1. Well, there were only 2 games in conjunction or close proximity to our live coverage today. Manchester City seemed to be on a bit of a run all of a sudden, beating Spurs by 2-0, and Arsenal, who have won again by 1-0, gives them great confidence going into their semi-final in the FA Cup against Everton. Despite the loss, however, and having a game in hand, a win at Old Trafford will guarantee Manchester United the title with 3 games to spare, and the big showdown will be on in just a few days' time. City into 3rd place for the first time in quite some time, despite Everton's win at United today. Spurs 5th with Liverpool, and Arsenal behind them. Arsenal moving up a place at the expense of Wolves on goal difference. I think it's been that way for a while. Leicester in 9th, and Burnley completing the top 10. And Burnley have all of a sudden fallen off in a drastic way, but they're still in the top 10, which is still a great effort. West Ham, Southampton, Brighton, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Watford and Huddersfield complete the safe zone. In a relegation zone, it appears that Fulham have gone down with Cardiff City because there's 9 points to gain, and actually no, I think Fulham are still in with a shout, but it's a very, very long one, and for Newcastle United, it's looking a bit dire as well. We're looking all but settled as far as the Premier League puzzle is concerned.